talk about putting on my fucking headphones and not being a dork and listening to my sound first. All right, so today I want to talk about how can you provide value, because everybody knows how you can provide value to work online as an internet marketer. But what do you do when you have a social media marketing agency? Or what do you do when you just have a digital marketing agency? And how do you provide value even to get organic traffic or even with your paid ads? And I think that a lot of people, that's one thing people kind of skirt around on their paid ads. Before I get started to the video, make sure you join us over here at funnelhackerpro.com. That's FHP.io as well, really short. You can click the link below. This group, I provide tons of value in this group. We all talk about, so many different things. Here I'm even talking about real estate. I purchased some real estate, and I was checking the neighborhood out at night. So we talk about a bunch of things, and I do a lot of free training in there. So come on by FHP.io. All right, so I want to get into this video really quickly and talk about how you can provide value to your clients. Getting more clients is something that everybody always talks about. And I wanted to keep it 100% real with you. It's not really hard to get clients. I think the hardest thing is that when everybody's trying to go from a cold standpoint, okay? If you're brand new into the game, you're brand new into internet marketing, you're brand new into the agency game, you're brand new into sales, then you need to try to get the lowest hanging fruit, the easiest shit to do, right, in order to get clients. And it just so happens that the easiest way to do it is probably the best way to do it. Of course, people always say you don't have a business if you don't actually advertise. Now, there's a lot of internet marketers out there that'll tell you, nah, man, I love organic free traffic. And I can tell you that some of the best traffic that I've ever gotten has been organic traffic. Hands down, I love organic traffic. But there's a way to still build your funnel out where you can provide tons of value, and you can do it with an ad, which is the best way to do it, with an ad or online. And so the first thing I wanted to talk about was that value. Again, I said this in my last video yesterday. This is a series on how to get more clients and how to get more traffic for your sites. So let's talk about this really quickly. Let's go into it. So now, in order to start getting more clients, the number one thing you have to know is, we got to work every day. I'm going to put that ED up there. That's hands down the number one mistake that I see most people doing. You have to apply pressure and never let up. It's time and pressure. That's how you make a diamond, right? And it's the same thing you're going to do with your business. It's time and pressure. You're going to apply that pressure, and you're never going to let up. So to provide value, again, we talked about this yesterday. You just saw it on the screen. How is it possible to do this? You need to figure out how you like to do it. Eventually, you're going to do it all three ways, but figure out how you like to do it. We talked about that. So you're going to tell them, write about it. You're going to tell them about it, or you're going to, shoot it as a video, and you're going to show them how to do it. Kind of like how I'm doing right now, right? Or the next thing you're going to do is you can do it in an ad, okay? But you need to provide tons of value to your clients, and it works in a B2B situation as well. So if you're going to blog about it, right, then you blog about the value that you can bring to their company. And it's really important that you try to niche down and talk about that niche as much as you can. So if you were talking about Dr. Crackyourback, our fictional chiropractor that's here in Funnel Hacker Pro and in the podcast for Marketers Realm, Dr. Crackyourback wants to know how you can provide value and bring more clients and get asses in the seats into his chiropractic practice, right? So you need to stay working in that niche so you'll know exactly what chiropractors want. That's the most important thing. Once you understand what they want, you can break down their needs and really lay out a bunch of shit. Now, how do you do this, though, organically? Organically is just video after video or podcast after podcast. and then, Instagram or Twitter or, blog after blog after blog of high quality value. You have to put it out there. And here's one of the biggest mistakes that I've made here is wondering like how much, and I'll write this down, how much should I say, right? And I'm telling you now that you give it all away, right? You don't give them like your plan of action, but you tell them exactly how and what they should be doing in their business, right? And talk about mistakes, right? So here's one, like the number one mistake, okay? Are you doing that, right? And you put that question mark. Are you making this number one mistake? People will for sure look at that because they're curious to find out if they're fucking up, right? And so are you making this number one mistake that I see most chiropractors make in their marketing efforts, right? So you really want to provide tons of value, and you can do that in LinkedIn, but I'm going to tell you different ways you can do that. LinkedIn is number one, but I would like to go a little bit more granular and talk to people directly. So if you're on Twitter and you can set a search up to find out what exactly people are asking about in your niche, and you can respond to those people with videos and with Voxer voice notes, which is really good. Like if you shot a video for me and said, hey, Sonny, I saw that you were asking about marketing tips for YouTube, or Reddit, for instance, like, because Reddit sucks, right? So it's hard to get to market on Reddit. So if somebody says, hey, Sonny, I thought I would give you a short video showing you how I get more traffic on Reddit. And this has been working for me, and I just wanted to give you a quick tip, and I hope this helps you. And if you want to get on a strategy call, I have no problem with that. Just give me a call at this number anytime. But this is just a free tip I wanted to give you, and it's just, here you go. And you do that, and people say, damn, this dude is cool, right? And so then they'll follow you back, number one. Number two is they'll probably dig a little bit more into who you are. I gave a guy a tip about how to use, I can't remember what it was. It was like ThriveCard or something like that. And I saw that he came to my blog. He came to my YouTube channel, subscribed to me on YouTube, checked out a few of my posts or whatever. And you can see that people will start following you when you provide that value. And then you keep providing value, like, hey, follow me on LinkedIn or whatever. And then they'll follow you on other channels that they're interested in. So it's really important that you give that value. And that's how you start getting your organic traffic. Right now, how can you do this in a paid advertising way? And so a lot of guys will tell you, you don't have to blog post, you don't have to do this. All you need to do is advertise, but that is cold traffic. And cold traffic is the hardest to convert. And unless you have a real high dollar product and you know what you're doing, traffic or paying for ads can really, really hurt your budget. But how do you do that? Well, you build a funnel, okay? And Jesus Christ, funnel even. So you build a funnel, right? And so what I mean by building a funnel is you do the same thing. So an ad is really not an ad. It's just a blog post, an epic blog post that you have amplified. You've set out there, right? And so with that blog post, and it's going to be value, right? The top 10 reasons why chiropractors fail in their marketing efforts. The number one mistake I see chiropractors making in their marketing or in their ad campaigns, right? The number one mistake I've seen chiropractors make on their Facebook ad campaigns or on their LinkedIn, or not enough chiropractors are using LinkedIn. Why aren't you using it, right? Are you using LinkedIn? That type of thing, right? So you can provide those things and amplify those posts so people see that value. It's the same thing, but you're just amplifying it, right? You're amplifying it and syndicating it, right? So it's an amplify, right? Amplifying and syndicating what you're doing. And by doing that, that starts your funnel. All funnels start with value. And I had a big problem with that before. I'm like, man, value, value, value. I keep hearing this. And when I first started, I hated that word until I started providing shitloads of value and I started making money from it. The number one thing you need to understand, no matter whether you're B2C or B2B, or if you're working for enterprises, or no matter, even if if you have a regular job, if you start providing value to your higher ups, you'll get advancements because they need that value, right? They need to find out. And as long as it's something that they didn't know, they're going to look at you in a different way, right? So no matter what you're doing, providing value to people and becoming their fiduciary and that whole thing, it's called, J. Abraham calls it preeminence, right? The whole theory of preeminence. If you are their fiduciary and you become their protector before you even sign a contract, before you even do a deal, you need to understand that if you provide that value, who are they going to choose when it comes time to make a decision to pay for someone doing their ads? They're going to pick you. Okay. So when you run your ads, I'm going to say this before I take off, right? So when you run your ads or whatever you're going to do, when you're providing value, is not just B2C. You can get more clients, and I would handpick those clients out. And also, if you're going to cold email, you can do it as well. You don't have to say, hey, my name is Sonny, and I want to do business with you or whatever. You don't have to do anything. You could just say, hey, man, I follow you on Twitter, and I saw you talking about this, and I just wanted to give you this article that I read, and I thought you would be interested in this article. Or even if they found out that if you found out that they were rock climbers, hey, man, listen, I'm a rock climber as well, and I saw this article, and I thought about you, and I follow you on Twitter, and I really like your tweets. Here you go. That's a first point of contact. You're providing value. And the next time you come with them, even something business oriented, say, hey, man, I saw that you did look at that article that I sent you the other day. This is another article I thought about you. This is about influencer marketing. Somebody sent me something like that the other day. Hey, Sonny, check this out. There's a little article I read about influencer marketing and thought you would be interested. And I read the article and I noted that person sent me that article without pitching me anything, right? And I did, which was awesome. So these are things that you should really be providing and go the extra mile, even if you just wanted to write a note, okay? A simple note and send it to them in the mail, that would really, really go a long ways, even further than the email, because you actually hand wrote out a note and sent it to them, to their job or to their office or whatever. That will go a long way. So just think about different ways that you can provide value. So you know you need to provide value. So now you need to think of creative ways to provide that value.
Coffee break.